In commentary, it was mentioned that that was Adam's most complete performance to date. Would you agree with that? I think in the Toe-to-Toe podcast, which is available to download later today, you were very happy that he got the rounds in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Adam knows he could have gone for broke a bit earlier in the fight and got him out of there. But those 3 rounds, additional rounds, I felt he could have got him out of there in the 5th. But those 3 additional rounds were, you cannot replace that sort of minuscule slipping of punches, learning how to block, getting up on top of him, being able to control the guy and then take him out the way he did. It was, I thought, spectacular. And he's, I see him in the gym every day, and you're only seeing a portion of what this kid is capable of.
He's told us 40%, he thinks, is what we've seen so far. Would you agree with that?
No, I honestly, I mean, he spent the last year working with Shane on developing his aggression and how to walk people down and how to close them down and to counter punch and put it on them. Whereas normally he's a stand-up boxer, he's got brilliant hand speed, great feet, and he punches ridiculously hard with that left hook particularly. But the right hand's a bomb as well. So he's, those rounds for us were really, really important, that you could see him slipping punches and staying in punching range a little bit longer than he needed to, and all those very sort of microscopic stuff that makes the difference between being good and being great.
Question to both of you, but I'm going to come to you first, Adam. Because we had that lovely moment of you arm in arm with Ohara and he announced his retirement, we didn't really get a chance to probe you on your future. What do you want to do over the sort of next 12 months? Harlem Eubank was a fight that we thought was going to happen and didn't, and Dalton Smith remains on the horizon as a fight that most people in British boxing want to see. But if you were mapping it out yourself, your roadmap for the end of this year in 2025, what do you want to do?
There's the IBO world title vacant. I want to be targeting that next. Whatever opponent they put in front of me, I'll take it. The next year is just me developing and getting into bigger fights now, because obviously this was the stage where I was here. Then obviously I fought Ohara, that put me up to like a world level now, contender. So it would be good that, fighting some good names like out there. That fight against Harlem, Dalton, they're all in the horizon. I can fight them anytime I want. It's there. And if I got offered to fight Harlem Eubank, I'll take it with both hands. That fight against Dalton, I would take it with both hands, but everything has to be right. It has to be timing involved with this. You've got to have everything set where these 2 fights can make it, obviously a big, massive pay-per-view fight.
And that's where Barry comes in, because one thing I'd say about Team McGuigan and Ben Shalom Boxer, you guys know what your roadmap is for Adam Azim, but you also see the outside noise in terms of when. Don't let this fight marinate. So what is your take on it?
You can easily get your man beaten and derailed. It's a pretty simple thing and stupid thing to do. But it's also impulsiveness. If you have the impulse to jump in and take chances when the kid's not ready, then I'm not saying he's not ready. Right now, I look at Liam Parrow, I look at Jose Venezuela, I look at, the other champion, Alberto Puello, and he's right now could beat those guys, but we're still developing, he's still getting better, and we think we should hold back on that and just take those fights when we feel that's a natural step to take. So, I mean, Harlem Eubank, Dalton Smith, these are all fights that are possible in the future, no question about it. But we want to get him out again. We want to get him out again before Christmas. I think it's really important that he becomes active. He damaged his ankle. He was out for 10 months. That's 10 months that we can't get back. So we've got to be busy with him. And I think, going back to my day, I fought 12 times in the first year as a pro. So we want him to be busy, because activity, especially when you're young, is absolutely essential.
Yeah, at 22 you've got all the time in the world, but you know what British boxing's like. We want it now, not yesterday, we want it now.